take some of your advice and redo some of the maps, but they're not as polished as I'd like. But I also didn't want to create something from complete scratch, so I kind of found the middle of the road. I hope, and I just kind of picked things out of multiple pictures and put them together. So hopefully they look a little bit better for you guys this evening. As always, just keep giving me that feedback so I can try to make this better for y'all. So, where we left off, or what happened last time, I'm sorry, Lorna, are you ready?
I'm good.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. So where the adventure is taking us down here into Atlantis to either rescue the royal family or find the artifact of Merlin and figure out now what's going on in the reef. Ever since you guys have been sent on this adventure to redeem yourself, in a sense, to prove that you guys got what it takes to accomplish the mission. Sebastian has tasked you guys with learning more about the miners and things that Azure had found in one of our earlier expeditions into the tunnels, and he's hoping that you guys can bring back some Atlanteans back to the sanctuary and hopefully save face a little bit. But you guys have wandered down, dealt with some Scrags and some Sahagin, and kind of came to an outpost before you get to probably the larger camp of Sahagins. You sent in Ichabod, your trusty octopus, that went through the camp fairly undetected, and found that there's some, supplies, armor, some different types of armor, basic weapons in the one shelter. And you see the Sahagins just kind of socializing / moving around between tent to tent, either to get to restock or to check on things. You also investigated another dwelling and saw that there were about 6 miners in there, all kind of chained together. And right now, I want to need you guys to keep me honest here, because I can't remember exactly. I think you guys were all back out of the tent and all back with the group, or did some of you already split up to go towards that tent on the left?
A few of us are already split up.
Okay. So I do not recall. Do you guys remember how the group was separated?
Bart,
Me, and Cronus.
Okay. Sorry, I'll write that down. Okay.
Josel's going to be about 100 feet away from Ichabod, and Ichabod is going to be like right around here.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the map when you pinged it. Where?
Right about here.
Okay. All right. And you can just make a duplicate of your token and move that duplicate token if that does not get confusing for you. We need to get you an Ichabod token, really, but Bart, Curtis, and Lorna. All right. So I will just kind of want to hear what you guys are planning, so that way, and I need to figure out why everyone's tokens are shrunk. So just kind of want to know what the general plan is, just so I try not to goof it up as you guys try to execute. So you're splitting up, and what are you guys trying to accomplish? Hello?
We are trying to, I think, get into this tent, take it over.
Okay.
And then Ichabod, I think, is going to cause a distraction, and that was our plan.
Okay. So you are trying to sneak up to the tent and enter it through the membrane, like you had seen Ichabod and some of the other Sahagin do.
Yes.
And so you're trying to stealth up kind of behind the camp. What's the rest of the group doing? So that would be Josel, and let me see here, Faye and Azure. What would you guys like to be doing?
I am holding my action to give Ichabod the command to attack. Let's say this guy. He's going to latch onto his face, and then once it starts to get a little dicey. He's going to let go and do his ink thing. Where what is that called? It's an action to cause some ink where he can run away.
Okay.
And as he does that, I'm going to dismiss him while he was
Okay.
hid inside the ink. But I'm going to wait until I feel a tap on my shoulder.
Okay, so you are 100 feet away doing this just because I don't know what's going to happen, but depending on your actions, that would be important in knowing travel time of Josel. Because I know he can't move that fast. Asher, what would you like to be doing with Josel and Faye back here? Are you staying a little bit closer, or are you staying right next to Josel?
Where is everybody else?
So, I mean, Lorna, Cronus, and Ichabod and Blackbart are starting to swim along the wall, heading towards, trying to like stick with the rocks and approach the left dwelling. Josel's 100 yards away, kind of looking into this brightly lit ballroom, essentially, in these tunnels. I don't know what Faye's doing. Faye has not said what she's doing. Do you want to hear what Faye was doing first?
Yeah.
Yeah, Faye, what would you like to do?
I just want to be in a position to where if the shit hits the fan, we see there is movement and they go to where Lorna and them are. I want to be in a nice position to where I can launch Eldritch Blast without being seen.
Okay. What's the range of Eldritch Blast?
120 feet.
So you could stay near Josel if you wanted to and be able to reach them. Oh, that is working out perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I am in perfect range right here.
Now, are you hiding kind of behind that some rocks and stuff sticking out there? Okay, so that'll work. I will go because this room is brightly lit, but you got some good cover. I think you'll be okay there because you guys had good stealth rolls approaching this. So I think we did stealth checks last session.
Yeah, we did. I think I rolled.
That's okay. I think we're okay until you really start to enter the room and do things out in the open. I think that's when we'll need to do the stealth checks.
Actually, after that last fight, we did not reroll stealth.
Okay, let me see here. I still think. Let's see here. Where's Josel's? Where's your other token, Josel? Oh, there you are. I see it. Sorry. It's all in the gray.
Well, I'm exactly 100 feet away from it now.
Perfect. Okay, so Asher, Faye is up against some rocks looking into this camp. Josel's a little bit further back to the left. No one's currently sitting next to him. And I'm going to go ahead and move you guys, Bart and Cronus, but we'll roll stealth when necessary. All right, and you can rearrange yourself, Lorna or Cronus, in what order you'd like to be in. So what would you like to do, Asher?
Yeah, I'm gonna move up here.
Okay.
Next to Faye.
Okay. All right. Josel, are you still where you need or want to be?
Well, it's not a good idea for me to be any closer anyway. I don't even want to be this close.
I can't tell you what to do.
This is going to go sideways. All right. I'll be right here.
Okay. I think the group in the back, I'm pretty comfortable with where you guys are to forego the stealth checks until you guys want to. Unless you're trying to get the jump on them and surprise them as well, then we're going to need stealth checks. So, you know what? It makes sense to go ahead and
I just want to keep message spell contact with somebody over here. Kind of keeping the communication lines open for the time being until something happens. So I don't care. That could be Cronus, that could be Lorna. It doesn't matter. I just want to keep that going so that they could let us know if something goes wrong or they're about to start doing things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was your role, was you were going to coordinate that, so you were going to tap Josel on the shoulder when it was time for him to go, and you would quickly message us when the distraction was starting.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are pretty good right now. We'll get to stealth depending on what you guys do as things progress. So Lorna, Cronus, and Blackbird, I will need stealth checks from the three of you as you guys try to approach the dwelling from behind, out of their view. I will go ahead and do Black Bart. I don't think he has any bonuses.
Guys, the kitten is working.
What do you mean?
She's too cute that she rolls nat 20s on everything. It's perfect.
Yeah. The nat one is a little bit more concerning.
Do they just
So
cancel
he
each other out?
has the Cloak of Elven Con, so he has advantage on stealth rolls.
Why are they being so hard to read like this? Okay, cool. All right. Well, then he's got a 14. 14. Or you got an advantage too. So 27, 23, and 14. All right. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Let me shout out. They're like stomping on the ceiling. All right. I don't know if that's going to do anything, me yelling, but I yelled at them. So, press. Okay. Let's see here. All right. That's all right. Let's see this, guys. Okay. So you guys start approaching from making your way through the backside and the tunnels, and as you get up there, you do think you are, or you hear some commotion ahead, almost like a stirring, like almost like the whoever's inside the dwelling is reacting to your presence, and it causes you guys momentary pause in your approach. But after just hanging tight for a few moments, you see that it could kind of resumes normal activity within the dwelling. It's almost like it kind of was like, something doesn't feel right, and he just kind of shrugged it off and continued about his business. But you guys continue your approach.
Okay.
Is Ichabod still in? I'm sorry, Ichabod is outside the dwelling, or he's inside the dwelling right now?
Outside.
Okay.
So you can see what's out here.
Okay, and so just to refresh, because I know the creatures have been moving between dwellings, you all would recall that you saw one Sahagin inside that orange dwelling and one Sahagin in the other orange dwelling. That's the only ones you've confirmed visuals on right now. Okay, so what would you guys like to do as you guys approach?
I am taking my sword out, and oh god, I am getting ready to swing once we get in there.
Okay. All right. Cronus, what are you? Sorry, are you guys just trying to You guys, I imagine, are trying to remain stealth the whole way through until the last possible moment, right? So, what would you like to do, Cronus?
I want to prepare casting silence inside the dome.
Okay. Yep. And the radius on that is 30 feet?
I
20?
think it's 20. Let me double check.
Double check real quick. Dang it. Why is it not doing it? Okay.
20-foot radius.
20 foot. Okay. Alright. Depending on where you place it, it could go outside the dwelling, I guess, a little bit.
You have the tokens to do that.
Me?
Cronus has availability to do it.
Okay. So yeah, I'll put it right there, just for food for thought. So it's gonna, if you put it there, or we could probably place it like right here.
I would like to put it to where I know the front of the sphere is on the front of the little dome thing.
So it's not going to go outside the dwelling. That's where you prefer it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then that way we can stealth up
Okay.
behind and not make any noise as well when he
Oh, so you're casting this before you get there?
No, like
Or
as we get there.
So before you go inside, you're casting this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, like just before, like as we're entering, maybe, or.
That's
mean,
why I just need to know. You tell me, Cronus, in your words, what you're exactly doing. Just be specific with your words.
So pretty much as we get to it, as we start going through the layer to go inside is when I'm casting it.
Okay. All right, that works. I don't think Bart would necessarily go all the way in. I think if I don't know, I could be playing him wrong. I would consider that he would get right up to the dwelling and kind of stay lookout / go in or out, but not necessarily dive in after you guys. Or do you think that's not what you guys agreed to and talked to before? All three of you going in at once?
Yes, to get a surprise on the guy, I think.
Okay, let's do this then. I love the plan, and because this is all happening kind of simultaneously, so Cronus, you're going to walk in. You're going to cast Cronus. You're going to cast Silence. Go ahead, everyone. Roll stealth as you guys are trying to enter this dwelling without causing alarm or attention. You guys have gotten to, I guess.
Fuck.
Okay. Let's see here. Where is this person? Sorry, I jump in between. Okay, 22.
Technically, he'd be the 25.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So as you approach and go through, you pass through the membrane, and Lorna, as you're going through, you go. It's hard to see what's on the other side of that membrane, but as soon as you pass through that wall, you basically bump right into the some crates that are right in front of you. They don't fall over, but they definitely alert the other Sahagin that's in the dwelling to your that there's someone in the room. But luckily, Cronus has casted Silence simultaneously. So as he turns around to look where the noise is coming from, he sees you guys, and as he wants to respond to this finding, he can't speak. No words could come out of his mouth, and he kind of looks worried. Another group. He is currently the other guy, though, or the other person. You will hear from outside the dwelling say, "Talk." Do you speak Aquan, Cronus, or Or
Yo, we don't hear any of this.
Nope.
oh, that's right. You're outside, so you don't hear anything actually.
Mhm.
But Ichabod will start to see this guy responding to the kind of noise from around back and start to walk away. Josel, as he goes to see what that noise was from behind the dwelling. Is there anything you'd like to do at this moment before I go let the group inside the tent move forward? You can. I'll just move them once. I'll give you a reaction. How about that, Josel? So
Well, it's just that we just already went. We already screwed up the plan anyway. It was supposed to be simultaneous.
what's simultaneous? I'm sorry. Would you go in?
No, for Ichabod to go over to this guy and attack, which will cause all these guys out here.
That's
distracted.
okay. We can go back to. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Ichabod, kick him over here.
That's fine. Because no one notified him anyway, so he didn't know what was going on. You know what? Plan B. He's going to attach to this guy.
Okay. So he is trying to grapple him right now, or stick to his face, basically.
All
right. Okay. So the you guys go into the tent. The one guy outside the tent looks like he's reacting to some noise that he's only seemed to be the only one that picked up on. Josel, as soon as you could read that body language in that song, you kind of swim forward, face hug give his hug a big face, and he starts yanking on Ichabod, trying to pull you off of him. His claws kind of scratching and scraping him a little bit, but nothing. It's mostly just surface, no cuts or anything, no real wounds. He's just trying to frantically pull you off his face right now.
Okay.
The three of you, though, are inside looking at a startled champion who is very confused, and you take that opportunity of confusion to close that gap. You can close the gap in the room, and you're right up next. You get right up to him and do as you wish. Those that are in the dwelling, Azure, Faye, and Josel. I guess Josel, you don't really see this, but you do see it because Ichabod. You do see Azure and Faye that Ichabod has latched onto the face of one of the Sahagin that were outside the dwellings and out in between all of them. So Azure, or sorry, what before we go back to Lorna, Cronus, and there, are you guys still holding your actions, or what are you doing at this point? Do you need a little bit more information from the inside group before doing anything?
I'm just gonna look over to Azure. You think we should fire?
Now, I don't think I have any way to communicate with them. Didn't we talk about this before because of the message spell being a whisper?
Yep.
But we wouldn't be able to respond. That's the thing.
Yeah, they can hear you, but they can hear you, but you can't hear them. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you have to be able to speak the whisper, even though it's So you can cast it because you're not silenced.
I'll go over to Jill and say, "Well, we know this is going to go bad in any second. We might as well hasten the process."
Start off with a bang. All right. So which one should we fire at? The big one?
Do I know the difference between them, the kinds that are out here?
Make a history check. You know that the big ones are the stronger ones, but you see some of the other ones are don't look as large. Or I'm sorry, the big ones are obviously very strong, and you know they're kind of revered to some capacity in Sahagin culture. To what capacity you're not very clear on, but you know the priestess is also a very revered person in Sahagin society, and the other two you're not as familiar, but you know that they're also Sahagin.
But I don't know if they're casters or anything. Okay, well.
You would know that you've seen a priestess before, so yes, you would know the priestess is a caster.
Which is the priestess?
This would be the one that's obvious to you as a priestess.
The priestess.
Yeah. Now, you have seen more than one, though, walking between these dwellings.
Yeah.
So just a reminder. Because I don't want you to be like, what the hell? I took out the
All right. Well then, all right. This. Let me draw a square. Because I want to get her in it. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she'll be in it. All right. Do that. So.
Well, this is all. I'm trying to let me figure everything happening because we are. It seems like we're going right into combat now. So this all happened, and you guys are preparing. So I totally. Those are going to be the first things that happen as soon as combat happens. But let me close. Let me. Oh, go ahead, Faye. I'm sorry.
And as soon as I see the tentacles or Azure start casting, I'm going to fire Eldritch Blast, the big one.
Okay, perfect. So that's what's going to happen first thing as soon as combat happens, as you guys want to kill these things. Lorna, Cronus, and Bart. You don't know what's going on. Well, actually, you would be able to hear Azure and then correct, like almost telepathically, that, hey, we're going to open fire on the big one and the priestess. Josel, you can hear while Ichabod's that close to you, so you know what's going on too. So Cronus, Lorna, and Bart, you see this guy terrified. You can close the gap. What would you like to do in this tent?
Yeah, the last message to you might be something along the lines of, hurry up, here we go.
But that's going to be one of the last things you guys hear. You do not hear that immediately. Like, you guys are, you have, like, almost, this is the first thing that almost happened. I'm just coming back to kind of make sure I know what everyone else's reaction is going to be.
As soon as she bumped into the crates, she would just run right up to the Sahagin and attack.
Okay.
Figuring
You're going to go.
Element of surprise is gone, and I might as well take this guy out.
Okay. So go ahead and put yourself right next to the guy. Oh, sorry, you can't see him because he's on the GM layer. That helps you not at all.
No.
It's a little bit of a weird spot. Let me move to the right spot. Okay. So Cronus, you two, Bart could as well. You all are welcome. Again, you guys, for the most part, successfully have approached this place, but he did catch you at the last second. But so far, you're only aware of what's going on running the tent. So, do you want to close the gap too, Cronus, or what are you doing?
Yes, I will actually try to.
You guys can move your tokens anywhere in that tent.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you're going to do the same thing and following suit in the plan. That's going to happen. So at this point, is there anything I had forgotten or anybody wants to do before we go ahead and roll for initiative and then kind of play this out?
Should I go ahead and roll my Eldritch Blasts or no?
This will all happen almost simultaneous because this is so I don't typically like doing surprise rounds, but narratively it just makes sense right here. So yes, Faye, go ahead and do your attack. Azure, you go ahead and do your thing too. Lorna, Cronus, and Bart, you guys go ahead too, and then we're going to do traditional initiative order. So you're welcome to go ahead and roll your initiative now, but we'll go ahead and just play out these immediate things. Okay. And I think I got them all. So Hobbit, oh my god, I can't do these many character sheets. Sorry guys, I do not know why I have this pop up. Okay. And it's not letting me do this. Okay, so let's do this. So Azure, you did your thing. What does that? All right, so we got 17 and 11. Let's see, hit at the big guy. That is 17's a hit, and that will do 14 points of damage. Okay. The other one is a miss, and the tentacles spawn out of the ground, and you have to do 20-foot square on the ground for What book is this from?
You've already Black Tentacles? That's a basic.
It's PHB.
Okay. I've just never seen it before. So, okay. Awesome.
It is a nasty spell.
Yeah, this is going to suck.
I like to call it hentai, the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's do this. So I need to do strength saves or dexterity saving throws. Okay, so dex from the Baron and the priest.
Damn, he made it.
Really?
But it is difficult terrain for him in there.
Okay.
And if he moves through it, he does have to make the save again.
Okay, so that's happened. The Eldritch Blast have ripped through the air, but the guys on the inside have no idea what's going on because they're on the inside in silence. Josel, is there anything that you'd like to do as Ichabod, as this is as this all is happening at once?
I'm just going to dismiss him.
Okay, so you're dismissing him, and you're back. So he's currently attached to this guy's face. He's kind of wrestling with him and trying to figure it out, and as soon as he's about to get help from the others, he disappears. Is what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want the damage for the priestess now or later?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see here. 3d6 damage. Yes, please go ahead and do that.
And it happens every turn until she gets out.
Oh boy. All right.
And she's currently restrained.
Okay, so she can't move at all until she breaks free of that.
Yep.
Well,
13 damage.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Lorna and Cronus and Bart, you guys all go ahead and you got to jump on this guy. Make your just make an attack if you'd like, or are you trying to? What are you trying to? I don't want to tell you to attack him. Are you trying to find him? Are you trying to gag him? Just kill him outright? You tell me now. So. Okay.
I think we've decided.
Okay, go for it. Just whatever you'd like. 13. Where are you at? That is a miss, Cronus. Lorna?
Do we get our full turn or just the one hit?
You can take your attack action. So
Okay.
if you have a multi-attack like you do, Cronus, you can go ahead and attack again.
26.
That's a hit. Okay, for 9 piercing damage. Lorna, 21. Ooh, okay, 24 points of damage. And that's a hit as well. Oh, shoot, I just did something to your wrong token. Sorry about that. 18's a hit as well for 45 points. Holy crap. All right. And why is this thing not playing music? Because listening to me just talk is kind of boring. Okay. And Black Bart. I'm playing Black Bart this evening. So Mr. Ezekiel can join us. And he's got sneak attack, scimitar. How do you do a second attack as a dual wielder? Is he just automatically roll it twice, or does he?
It will be his bonus action to use the offhand.
unless
the
he
way-
has the fighting style dual wielding, he doesn't get to add the.
2-weapon fighting. Yeah, he does get 2-weapon fighting. Okay. So he does get to add his ability modifier to it. So let's go up here. So 2 attacks with the scimitar. Or 2 scimitar attacks. Or can he use 2 scimitars? Is it 1 scimitar, 1 dagger?
Is he a full rogue?
He's a rogue.
Scimitar is a light weapon, so you can
Yeah.
use both.
Rogues don't
Okay.
get fighting styles, though.
I mean, he's not. Obviously, I don't want to give away all his stuff. But
That is fair.
He probably took a level of fighter.
Probably.
so 18, 27. Those both are hits. One does get the sneak attack, the first one. And that is 21 points of damage. And you guys have successfully killed the person inside.
Yay to having a rogue.
Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to jump between all these different character sheets. Okay. So, you guys have come in there and killed them. You do not know anything else that's going on besides. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not true. Azure just sent messages into you saying this is happening.
I'm not in the initiative order. I guess I should be.
Oh, let me just resort. Lorna, what would you guys like to do? Probably should wait until we resolve this first. You're in the tent with the dead body, and you see about roughly 6 merfolk miners, chained in here. But you also hear that message come through from Azure saying, "It's happening."
I will look at the people and say, "Oh, right, they can't hear us." She'll kind of look at them and put her hands up like, "It's okay. We're here to help." With like hand in front, pointing to me, arms up in strong muscle pose, and she will swim out and swim to the first person that she sees.
Okay.
Which happens to be this guy.
So you come ripping out of the shelter. You see this person from you. At this point, all of them turn to look at you guys.
Sup,
And
bitches.
a lot of there's confusion. You see these tentacles that are kind of flailing around and grabbing at the Baron and the priestess diagonally across from you. It's the surprise on their face is very clear, and they're just kind of assessing what's immediately happening. It's just all happening so quick. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I am going to recklessly attack this guy.
Okay.
Because why not?
Okay. All right.
Oh, bonus action rage after this
Go
one?
for it. Yeah, no, you can go ahead and rage on the first one. Yeah,
Thank
unless you tactically weren't wanting to do that, I just imagine that you would want to rage on the first one, but
She's yelling as she runs out of the tent. It's all of a sudden a break in the silence. Yes.
okay. That's definitely a hit. Okay. For 26 points. Got it.
And I'll reckless great weaponizer again. Fuck.
Okay. The 10 is a miss. Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope. All my stuff is done.
Okay. Let's go on to the next person, which is Azure. As you are controlling these tentacles, is that a concentration spell?
It is.
Okay. Go for it.
So I will move a little. Does that put me in range? Yes. Okay. So keeping the tentacles up, they will have to make theirs. I'll make the checks on them again on their turn, and then I will send a couple of Eldritch blasts at this restrained priestess.
Okay. Go for it. Do you get a bonus since she's restrained? Are you advantaged on that?
Advantage.
Okay. Thank you. So 18's a hit. Or 15. Not looking good for her. Okay. 16, I think is also
30. That's advantage.
Oh, yep. Then yeah, that's definitely a hit. Go ahead and do damage. Right, 15 points, and she becomes buoyant in the water as she slumps after the tentacles and your damage, and she's no longer on the field.
All right, then in bonus action, I'm going to be dropping a tentacle. Different tentacle. This one's spectral looking. I can find my token. There it is. We'll put that right there. And that's going to take a slap at this guy that Lorna's at.
All right, is that a spell?
No, that's the
Keeper thing. Got it. Thank
dash
you.
thing.
It's gonna take me a while to memorize it, and I probably won't.
And it rolls a 17.
All right, and that is a hit.
It will do 1 point of cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet till the end of my next turn.
Okay, any next turn. Okay, keep me honest on that. But perfect. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. So this one can move out. It's not, or it is difficult terrain still for him.
It is difficult terrain, and if he moves through it, I believe he has to make the save again. Is that right, Azur?
Well, he makes that save at the start of his turn. So
Even though
that
he
would
passed-
be
but he-
right now. He would have to make the save before he.
Even though he passed it, he passed it already.
Yeah.
Well,
He
wasn't
passed
that basically sort of the quote-unquote surprise round? And now they're actually going, and he's starting his turn in it. However you want to do that.
A creature that starts its turn that in the area and is already restrained by the tentacles takes 3d6 damage. A creature restrained by the tentacle uses its action to take a strength or dexterity. So he already passed it, so he is not restrained. He's just in difficult terrain.
No, it says when a creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Yeah, that's the second part, but he's already successfully succeeded at being out of that. He was not restrained. The creature that starts its turn in the area and is already restrained. He's not already restrained. So, no.
No, that's fine. You just made the saves prematurely is all, but that's fine. So.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. You're saying it wasn't, he shouldn't have made the save at that time. I got it. That makes sense. Okay, I thought it happened as when you cast it. So that does make sense, but he did pass the save already.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to make a save again. He's just not restrained, and he's just moving out. But he already take the damage, right? Or no, he doesn't take damage because he wasn't. It's just difficult terrain at this point. Yeah, all right. So that's 10. So that's 20, really. And he's going to see this stuff happening. Trying to think. Let's see, would he recognize where the spell came from? I don't think really he would, but let's just see what his perception is.
Well, he'd probably recognize where all the Eldritch Blasts are coming from.
That's fair.
And they're all down here somewhere.
That's fair. Okay, but he's not gonna get there in time, and he sees this other shiny human just step out of the tent, I guess. No. Alright. Just not gonna get there in time. Okay. So 20, 10, 30, that would be 40 feet a minute. That's all he can do this turn. Make sure he doesn't have anything to throw. No, I'm not throwing his only weapon. But you see another person emerge from the dwelling. I'll get back over here. Layer token. As this one steps out to, figure out what is happening, all this commotion. But I am here. He says, "Step out." And after seeing one of them running out, he's looking around trying to assess what's going on. It's confusing. He's going to see what's most immediate in front of him, which is you, Lorna, and come down here.
What's up?
And he's going to start swinging at you. So, let's see here. 1, 2. One with his bite, 2 with his claw or trident. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 18's a miss. 26 is a hit. 20. Or I'm sorry, 4. Is he? He does not have flanking.
But I reckless.
Oh, got it. Okay, so 18's a miss. 26 a hit. 22's a hit, I think.
Yep.
Okay. For 26 points of piercing damage. Let's bring his turn.
Just because I can, as a reaction, that
Sure.
one that would have done 15 to her, I'm going to use that. It halves it, and then then the tentacle goes away.
Yeah, that's fine. You can see her. There's not a range, is there? You just have to be able to see her.
Yep, it's basically
Okay,
within my
As
range
long-
to control the tentacles. So.
Okay, so I would
Okay.
take then.
I think it would be the
18.
11. I think you take the 11 off. Which one are you blocking, or which one can you block then?
The 15 is halved,
Okay.
and then
So
I guess
if-
you're having it again. So
So that'll be 3 for you, Lorna, for that one.
Okay.
All right, which then brings us to the next person. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do with your turn? All right. Against the champion, he is going to swim after you too, Laura. Sorry, you're the only one that jumped out of the dwelling. I feel like I'm picking on you. Make 3 attacks with the spear, 1 with its bite, 2 with its claw, 4. Okay, so he's going to come at you with the spear and try to attack you. He will have advantage. So 19, 24, and 17. I think
24.
It's 24. Okay. For 11 points of that was his spear piercing damage.
Yep.
Okay, and that is the one with that one. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I thought I skipped someone. Never mind. Did not. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to, and the helm just gives me a normal swim speed, right?
I don't know what the hell. I have to look at it again. What does it say?
Hold on.
Where's your initiative order? I might have skipped one. That's okay. I'll take it after your turn, Faye.
It's the helm of underwater action.
Swim speed of 30 feet.
Yep.
All right, so it's normal movement then. Sweet. I can get to. I can just get to next to Azure, and I don't want to dash yet, but yeah, I'm just gonna fire some Eldritch Blast here.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm gonna fire at the same big guy.
Okay.
21 and 26 on this one.
21, both hit.
Or 20.
Okay. 20 points of damage. Oh no, this is why I'm awful when I have to play other people's characters too. I can't even roll Black Bart's initiative. Alright, do I get everyone now? Okay. I'm gonna take the Sahagins that I missed turn real quick, and then it's going to be your turn. Or then it's going to be Bart's turn because I missed his turn. And he got 12.2, and then it's going to be your turn, Jizzle. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. So there you're at. Deep Diver. Okay. He is going to swim down. Again, he's the first person he's going to see. 2 attacks with his glaive, or 1 attack with his bite into his glaive. Both of those miss. Oh, wait, no, they don't. 20 and 22. Those both hit, right, Lorna?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, for 28 more points of slashing damage. Black Bart's turn. Black Bart is going to swim out now. And he's going to probably follow you and immediately run into that and step over to the side so he can be flanking with this champion that's right next between you two. And he's going to make an attack against them. All right, Scimitar, where you at? Boom, boom. 16, 26. Those both hit for only 1 sneak damage, though. 16 and 27. So 27 points of damage. All right. And then that's going to. Can you do a bonus action and take and dodge?
Your bonus action is your offhand, unless he has extra attack.
Do rogues not get an extra attack like fighters?
Not
Nope.
usually.
Oh, never mind. Thank you. Okay, then that uses his bonus action too. Josel, sir, it's your turn.
I dash.
Oh, Josel, we gotta get you some swimming speed, bud. I'm sorry. Is there anything else?
I dash.
All right, Cronus, it's your turn. Mr. Cronus? Your mic might be muted. All right, we're gonna skip you, Cronus. If you come back, we'll make it right.
Why are you
Alright.
skipping me?
Because I said it's your turn like a couple
Oh,
times.
and then I heard you say something about Azir, so I didn't know who you were talking to.
Okay. No, it's your turn. Go for it.
All right. I'm going to move here.
Okay.
My first attack will be on the one in between Lorna and I.
Okay, go for it. All right. 17 and 19 on him will be a hit and hits 8 points. And yeah, 17 is a hit. It's for 8. What is that? Why does it say necrotic? Should I be concerned? Okay, so that's 8 points of damage.
And then my second attack will be on the same one again.
Okay. Yep, that's a hit.
3 for 9 more.
All right.
And
He is taking it, and he's definitely in pain from your blows, but he's not bloody yet.
All right. Bonus action. I'm going to use flurry of blows,
Okay.
and then I'm going to punch the big Sahagin that's right there.
Okay, go for it.
$19.
Pretty sure. Where's you at? That's it. Yep.
11. And then I'm going to try and
Alright.
stand straight.
Go for it. Well, what's the save? Con save. Con save. Here we go. 11. That is a fail. So he is now paralyzed to the end of your next turn.
End of my next turn.
Yep. So I'll put a little there. So he can't do shit. Okay. Cool. Anything else?
My last one, I will go ahead and punch him again.
Okay.
28.
You said him again. You mean the Baron or the Deep
Yeah.
Diver? Yep.
No.
All right. Go ahead and do damage.
So 13.
13 more. And he looks dazed / stunned and very much so bloodied from the flurry of blows that you've thrown his way. Which brings us to the priestess's turn. So as out of this dwelling here, where you've seen some of this other Sahagin kind of go through, it steps out.
Any chance she stepped into the tentacles?
No, I think she's gonna go through the pathway that's naturally there.
Okay, had to ask.
I know. I wanted to justify it, but I'm like, why would she just go out there? Because I'm sure she heard these big flapping tentacles outside the dwelling.
We're under the water. It could be anything.
You're not wrong. Not wrong one bit. She sees what's happening across the way, and she is going to help out the one that you. She's going to probably try to help the ones that she could see the easiest, I would imagine. But does she? All right. So, let's see here. She's going to cast a Guiding Bolt at you, Cronus. Go. That is an action. And 10, let me make sure she does not get... Nope, doesn't matter. That's for melee only. So 10's a miss. That does not hit you. And then, after missing and completely fucking up her time to shine, she's going to... what did she do with her bonus action? Spiritual weapon was a bonus action, right? Yep. Awesome.
But you can't cast 2 spells.
Oh, that's right. You can't cast 2 leveled spells at the same time. That really sucks for her. What's her swim speed at? 40 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She will see the others off in the distance too, and head over towards her big guys to help them out with who's out there. And in her turn, bring us to the deep diver. He is going to attack. He's in a really bad shape between the two of you. He's actually going to moving away is not good for him. Ugh, this feels not good, but it's probably his better action. You see Cronus before you, and Lauren, you're going to notice this too, and so will Bard. The diver in front of you starts to emit this bright light that seems magical, emit from his body. And I will need each of you guys to make wisdom saving throws. For Cronus, Lorna, and Bart. All right. Okay, Bart and Cronus are good. Lorna, you will be eager to third feet the third.
I can't be charmed while I am raging.
Well, you know what? You can always try to make me feel good about myself every once in a while. Okay, so, and I know, Cronus, you can shake off charm anyways, though you succeeded. That takes his action. I'm not going to take two reactions, 2 hits. You guys are too strong. He's going to just have to stay there then. Lorna, it's your turn.
I'm very surrounded. Bonus action, I am calling out my strength for the Kingdom of Brelas. I'm using the Amulet of the Royal Family. And then I will attack the one to the right of me, because he's been taking a lot of hits.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, the cat's
He has taken a lot of hits. I'm just double checking to make sure there's any other. Nope, you're good. No new information.
Sorry. cat just woke up.
You're fine.
Fuck! Seriously?
Mine won't do the trick.
Fuck it, I'm doing it again.
Okay.
There we go.
That's a hit. Okay.
Yes.
This slice that you make across of him does reveal more blood, and you got to the meaty part of this creature, so he is now looking very much so battered. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm surrounded.
Azure, you're up.
All right.
This is an FYI.
These squares not lined up. What's going on with this thing?
I think the token thing is not the perfect. I think we got to still fix it better. Why was the radius there?
It's a 10-foot radius. Just making sure I get them all and I'm not hitting any party members. Yeah, it looks like I can. All right, so basically right there is going to be a depth surge going off. So these four that are up in here get a strength save.
Okay.
I believe since he's stunned, he automatically fails.
Strength. Fail. The other one's paralyzed. I think he does fail as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
Correct. When you're stunned, you fail. Strength and dex saves.
And this guy's a deep dive. Oh, there's two of these guys. Anyway. Oh my god. Alright. Strength. Alright, so one passes. Alright. And then this one automatically fails. And
Well,
then
only
this-
one of them was in it. This guy that was down here was out of the radius. It was
okay.
It was this one, your two
All
big guys, and the priestess.
Well, this one then fails, but this one passes, even though he did have to pass. And then the priestess, these make a strength. Boom. For 15, so
That one failed.
all of them fail.
So the ones that failed are taking the 16 and get blasted 15 feet away from the center and rendered prone, if that's even possible down here.
All right, let's see here. 16.
Which means I believe the priestess is getting knocked into the tentacles, which is going to be really great.
Okay, so 10 feet away from the center.
Away from the center. Center being right there. So
All right, so he's going to get pushed away. Can they go through other creatures?
it's forced
How's that?
movement, yeah.
Okay, what about happens to the creatures that they run into?
I don't know.
They'd either crash into them. I would assume that creature would need a dex save to see if they can avoid being crashed into, or they'll be forced moved as well.
I don't like the whole crash into thing, but yeah, we do maybe.
Or their movement stops as soon as they hit someone or something.
And also, we're talking about a 3-dimensional battlefield with the water, so
Yeah, that's true.
they could have been knocked upwards or downwards and not necessarily through.
I'm gonna say that Bart is dexterous enough to move out of the way and actually move forward to not get collided by that guy.
Which 20 decks, you better be in that dex. person.
Yeah, you're back. I'm going to close your sheet because I hate playing another character. Oh, awesome. All right, so which brings us to Azure and Ezekiel.
Your
Your
priestess.
Bart. Oh.
Your priestess.
Did I skip her?
Yes. She has to save.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There you go. She gets pushed into there as
She
well.
failed to sit. Well, she gets 15 feet into it. So she's over here on top of the dead other one.
Wait, 15 or 10?
15. 15
Okay.
feet away.
But it's difficult terrain, so.
Fair enough. And then just to add insult to injury, bonus action, I'll drop a tentacle
I deserve it. Go for it.
That
Hentai.
tentacle's gonna slap her just because.
Okay.
Lauren, I have a title for this episode.
Okay.
14. That's a hit.
Whack. 3 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And her speed is reduced by 10 feet, as if she hasn't got enough problems.
Yeah, her day's not going too well. All right.
That's it for me.
Okay. Black Bart, it's your turn.
Actually, I think I'll move.
So Black Bart, they got to jump on the guy in the dwelling, but on the way into it, they've kind of alerted them, and at that point, they saw that the creatures were reacting and attacking the group, and this is the kind of aftermath that you guys are kicking ass and taking names now.
Okay. I'm gonna move one square over and start cutting up this big guy.
Okay.
Uh, 13.
13 is a miss.
Okay. That's action and bonus action, so I'm done.
Okay. Brings us to the Baron. This guy can't do anything because he's stunned, but this guy can, and he is going to. He's actually in a pretty good spot. I think he's just going to attack you, Bart, so you just attack him. Let's see here. He has 1 bite, 2 tridents. There we go. So 12, 24, and 22.
The tridents hit.
Okay. For
Actually,
22 points of damage, or
that
32
one's
points of
still
damage.
within 10 feet of Florida, so it attacks at disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. It is.
So the
ally.
21 would still hit.
Okay, so 21
then-
for 14 points of damage, piercing.
I will use Uncanny Dodge to take half of that.
Okay. There you go. So then you will only take 7 points of piercing damage, and that's all. I can't do crap. The champion's turn will be next. They're going to continue the onslaught against. Let's see here. All right, see what's going on. This. Sorry, guys, just trying to think what this. Ugh. He wouldn't. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, he's going to attack you, Bart, and Lorna here. So you guys are right in front of him. Here he gets 3 attacks. 1 with his bite, or sorry, 3 attacks with his spear. There we go. These are going. This one's going to be for you, Bart, and the other 2 are going to be for you, Lorna. Okay.
Cool.
Here we go. 16. That's a miss for you,
8.
Bart.
Yeah.
Here's 2 for you, Lorna. 23 and 24.
Did we skip my turn? No, I did the thing.
Did I skip you?
No, I'm just getting confused.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So
sorry,
that's 16 points of piercing damage. So half that, so 8
Yep.
points for you.
okay. As he attacks Bart, I am going to attack. Because I get reaction, but not reaction.
You get a what? I'm sorry.
I basically get to attack if they attack.
Oh, that's right. Yep, go for it. Yeah.
I will recklessly attack.
Yep.
20.
All right. 20 hits. All right, for 13 points of damage.
Yes.
All right. It does look bloodied. It is starting to show serious damage from this battle. That ends its turn. Faye, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move up, Misty Step to in front of the big guy, summoning my packed weapon, and let's have some fun. First attack, that's a 24. Second attack is a 14. You know what? I'm gonna use luck on that second one.
Okay.
Damn it! So the 24 will hit.
Yep.
But I am gonna burn a warlock spell slot to not only make him go prone, but deal more damage with Eldritch Smite.
Okay.
Boom!
And he is a messy, bloody pulp, and not much of his solid form is left after that.
All right. As I stab him, I say, "Ustan zal smite tau," and because does he classify as humanoid?
Yes, he does. A large humanoid.
Jerry, come to me.
Oh God. Okay, you got the token, or do you need me to grab it for you?
I'm pulling him out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative, and we're gonna move. Is anything else with your turn, Faye?
That was everything.
Josel.
I got my buddy back. Yay.
A dash.
Okay. So, Josel, you've now entered the tent. You see the crates and stuff that have armor and different weapons in there, and you see the miners that are chained up as well. There's about 6 of them. Is there anything you want to do while in the room? You can look at stuff. Okay. Cronus, what would you like to do?
I'm going to attack the one that's in between Lauren and me.
Okay.
16.
16. All right.
I mean, the 16 hits, yes.
Yes, that does hit. Yep.
For 9.
All right.
Do it again.
Okay.
26.
26 hits.
For 11 more.
All right. All right.
Is that one still good to
Still
go?
alive. Yep.
Alright, I'm going to just unarm attack him.
Okay.
20.
That's a hit.
9 more.
And this one also becomes a bloody pulp to your fists. Is there anything else that you can do with your turn?
I will go ahead and move.
Okay.
There we go.
So it's the beginning of their turn. They have to make a dex save, right?
Correct.
All right, dex save. Here we go. 7, that's a fail. So she is restrained, and she takes how much damage?
13.
Ooh, not a good day for her. Not a good day. All right. Let's see what you got in your tool belt here. True. That's more.
Oh, and Silent, I was actually just reading a Curse Spectre. This whole time I've been doing it, I haven't been adding my charisma to its attack rolls. Jeffrey has a +9 to hit.
Jeez.
There's just no real escape for her, so she is going to use her bonus action and cast a spell. Does anyone want to try to attempt to stop her before I cast it? Or like to try to learn what it is before she casts it?
I'd like to know what it is.
Go ahead and do Arcana check.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Faye. All right, you both will know this is a kind of a healing spell. That's the nature of this type of spell.
Do I want to be mean? Nah, I'll let her get it off. I'll let her have a fighting chance.
Okay. All right. So she begins casting Mass Healing Word over her friends. And +5. All right. So does that do all her stuff? 3 + 2. Yep, it does all that magic math for me already. Awesome. 5 points of healing. Watch out, guys. 5 -5. All right. And she is going to use her action to try to break free of this. So it's a strength athletics.
No, it is a strength or dexterity check. Just an ability check. No skill check to it.
12 is a failure, so she cannot move. That ends her turn. Bring this back to the Sahagin Deep Diver.
Isn't it an action to get out, or is it just at the end of the turn?
Try to get free as an action, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So, okay, this is the diver. Seeing that his one friend's spell affected you, Lorna, and did nothing to help him, I do not think he is going to try the same thing. But nope. This one, he sees 2 next to you, Lauren, so he's going to focus his efforts on Cronus right now. All 3 of these are for you, Cronus. And all 3 have advantage. 1, 2, 3. All right, and that gives us a 21 and a 23.
Yep.
Those both hit. Okay, for 21 points of slashing damage. Did I get that? And he. What's he gonna do? Actually, he
It's
knows.
within 10 feet of Lorna, so he would have disadvantage. So would have.
Oh, and Jeffrey didn't go. Jeffrey rolled a 22.
He starts at the beginning of the initiative order. Then. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Fuck Jeffrey. After this, Jeffrey will go.
All right.
No. I guess go ahead. Go with Jeffrey. And then, what was your question, Cronus? What was your question?
He's within 10 feet of Lorna, so he would have disadvantage. So when
That's
he was in
true.
rolls.
Yeah, straight rolls. You're absolutely right. So 10 and 17 both miss, so it does not matter, and you take no damage. So go ahead and add that 12 points back. But go ahead, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey is going to give the priestess that is restrained a little bad touch.
Okay, go for it.
That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
All right. 13 necrotic. I need a con save from her.
No, you don't. She is dead.
Jeffrey does a fist pump.
Yep. All right. That ends his turn, right?
He still has a. That actually is a good question. I need to see what his movement actually is in the water real quick, because he has a fly speed. That hovers. He's a ghost, technically.
All right. Let me know what it is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's technically difficult terrain for him.
Oh yeah, I mean it's swimming, it's not flying, so it's 25 feet.
Incorporeal?
He can move through objects.
He should be able to move through the water without hindrance, then, I would think.
That is a good. That actually begs a question of the ghosts we fought earlier. They were moving pretty normally. I'll just say half moving for now, and we can discuss it later.
Let me think about it, but for now, let's do half movement. That's a very valid point. The problem is that the rules that's written, there's no swim speed. It has a swim speed. So yeah, let's just stick with half. That is a good call on the ghost, though. I will say, besides just being my error, I would say that being that they were aquatic creatures when they died, maybe they were a little bit more prone to swimming. But then Jeffrey's from an aquatic creature, so that doesn't make sense either. So I think I just fucked up. Let's just go with that.
It's something we can discuss.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good call. Thank you. Brings us to the divers. They already had their turn, but they do have movement still. It is going to move. It's going to swim up here to get a little bit away from that tentacle. I think no, it doesn't get a reaction. But
No, it doesn't. It just sits there and looks menacing.
Lorna would though.
Lorna would.
Nope, she already took her reaction.
Nope,
It doesn't count.
Is once per turn, not reaction.
What?
You wrote it as a non-reaction reaction.
Motherfucker. All right, go for it, Lorna.
Yes. Reckless.
Okay.
Crit Weapon Master. Fuck.
Okay. 15 hits. 15 hits, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So 23 points of slashing and rage damage. Yeah, it's happy with that. It's not going to swim out of your range, too. Lorna, it is your turn now, and you get all your reactions back that you didn't burn anyways. Oh, you did.
I just did, but yes.
Yeah.
I will... Oh, fuck. I'll scoot here,
Okay.
and I will Great Weapon Master flanking this bitch.
Okay.
Yes. Yes?
15 and 16.
Only the 16 right now.
Oh, 16. That's the magic number. You got him.
Yeah. Oh.
For 27 points of damage. He's not feeling too great.
I
Anything
will
else
do
we-
it again.
Okay.
22.
That is a hit as well. Causing him to collapse before you.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No? That's my
All
turn?
right. Asher, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move a little bit.
Sorry, I know the bottle's crackling too much. I can't freaking.
I guess I'm gonna get screwed. Alright, I'm gonna take a couple of Eldritch Blasts at the diver up here.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, probably not.
12 is a miss. That's a hit.
Oh, minimum damage. And bonus action, I'll move my tentacle. Stick it over here, and it'll take a petty slap at him.
Okay.
16.
That's a hit.
3 lightning damage, and his speed is reduced. That'll do it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and let this drop. Well, do I want to? Nah, I'll leave it there. Why not? Somebody might want to knock somebody else into it.
Okay. Oh yeah, is this concentration still going on that?
Yeah, I haven't dropped it. I haven't taken any damage. So.
Oh, all right. Black Bart, it is your turn, sir.
Oh, well. I can still get sneak attack off on him, so I'm gonna keep trying with this scimitar.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
right.
that third one was a mistake.
Okay. First one's a hit.
Okay. So, 16.
All right. All right. Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
All right. That's going to bring us to the Soggen Baron. Things are looking kind of bleak for him. He's going to swim past you, and as he moves past you, he's going to make a couple attacks at you. One with his bite, with advantage. 20, and then 2 with his trident. 20, 25, and 24. I believe this all hit.
Yeah.
Okay. For 26 points of damage.
And use my reaction for uncanny dodge.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll have that 11.
Okay. And you are going to have a attack of opportunity as he continues, after he lands his blows against you. He's going to continue to swim away.
Don't think I can get sneak attack off on an opportunity attack, so attack that
Actually,
off.
yes, you can, because it says once per turn, not once per round.
But I think you have to have
Yeah.
an advantage or allies around it, don't you?
I
No,
have
with
expanded rules for being a swashbuckler.
Yeah, with swashbuckler, yes.
Brackish audacity. I don't need advantage if the creature's within 5 feet of me and no other creatures are within 5 feet of me.
Oh, you're good then. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I play swashbucklers a lot. I had to look at that rule myself.
21.
21. So that's 6 or 5 on the 11.
Wait, I'm sorry, 6 or 5 on the 11. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's an odd number, and I used uncanny dodge. So I take half.
Oh, yeah, it's 5. I'm sorry.
5, 12, 20.
So that'd be 12. Yeah, 20 points total damage. All right. Brings us to the champion who is dead, which brings us to Faye. Faye, what would you like to do?
All right, I am going to. Let's see. Ooh, I can get on the other side of this guy next to Cronus. And I'm gonna stab this one a couple times.
All right. Go for it.
All right. Stab one. Yes. Now, do I want to be... Is he dead on the first strike? Because I might be mean on the first strike.
No.
I'm going to burn my last Warlock slot to do Eldritch Smite. This is going to be 8d8
All right.
damage on him.
You're keeping track of your spell slots, right?
Yep. 28 points of damage. That was shitty on that.
Okay.
But good Nova damage.
All right.
Is he still up?
He is 28 more points of damage. Let me double check. Let me do the math. No, he is not. All right. Is that anything else on your turn?
I'm to the Elder Cronus. Don't let the big one escape.
Joseph, what would you like to do, sir? You are inside this tent. You can't hear anything.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna look for the keys.
Okay. You go ahead and do I guess, if you're checking the bodies and stuff, how are you, I guess, where are you looking?
I guess I'll check the guard.
Sorry, I should have asked that probably better. So searching over the guard, you do find some of the keys for the miners that are chained up. Takes you a few moments and you uncover them. You could have enough movement speed to kind of go over there and start working on their shackles if that's something you want to do. But you do have the keys right now. So the miners are going to be like right over here, kind of huddled off to the side. All right. Cronus, what would you like to do?
I will go ahead and swim up to the other side of him here.
Okay.
And I will attempt to grapple.
Go for it. All right. Does he make his check too? Or athletics? Where are you at? Athletics. I guess he doesn't have it. So straight strength. So he is grappled by you, which reduces his movement to 0. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. That brings us back to Jeffrey.
All right, Jeffrey is gonna fly over here to get flanking with Cronus.
Okay.
And let's do a life drain. 27 to hit
27 definitely hits.
for 13 necrotic. Con save from that, sir.
Okay. Con save. There we go. That's not too bad for him.
That passes, so he doesn't have his hit point maximum reduced.
Okay. That reduces his health. What else would you like to do?
Jeffrey has just a little bit movement left. Jeffrey will move right here so I can move over there next time so I can get advantage.
All right. So,
Jeffrey is a good servant.
all right. Lorna, it's your turn.
Okay, she will. How bad is that one looking?
Very bad. It's very bloody.
You guys got this. She'll swim over. Sorry, I don't really have hands for you right now. She'll swim over there, I think. Yeah, that's 30 feet. One of these two were from this tent, right?
One of the priestesses came out of that tent. Yes, that was one of the tents that had the some more armor and crates and supplies that Ichabod found in the first tent he explored.
Okay, but there were no of our people there.
You do not know.
Okay.
You've seen people kind of, again, before you guys the Sahaga were kind of patrolling between the different dwellings.
Okay.
Not necessarily patrolling, but like they were going into different dwellings for different things. And
Okay.
I don't.
So she'll go another 5 feet, peek in, see if there's anybody in there.
You will need to make a straight saving throw, or you are entering that terrain in tentacles. So I think you have to make a save. I don't think you would walk into the tentacles though. So I will let you backtrack that if you want.
I'll go here.
Okay, I figured. So you enter the dwelling and you don't see any Sahagins in there, but you do see the crates and supplies, the crude armory, if you will, in this dwelling.
Okay. She'll look. Oh god, I don't know. She'll swim this way another 25 feet
Okay.
and be like, "You guys good? You got this? Cool." But she'll throw a javelin. Why not?
Okay. All right, 19's a hit. All right. Do you want to kill him off in any way special?
I kill him?
Yeah, he was,
Oh,
he was in
fuck.
pretty bad shape.
Oh, shit. Okay. She's just like casually swimming, checks it out, blah, blah. Oh, here, I'll just aid in this, and throws it and kills it. And she's like, oh, whoops. My bad.
So you launch the trident and shish kebabs, or the javelin, and shish kebab the Baron. Part of the pointing end of the javelin's piercing through it and into the dwelling a little bit, and it's kind of just what is that? What do you call that when you got something trapped
Floating?
between two things? It's there you go. Thank you. Pinned to the dwelling right now. But it seems lifeless at this point, and we're going to go ahead and combat for the time being. So there's a lot of bodies around you guys. Things happen. Plans were made. Things happened. So right now, Joseph, you are in the tent working with this the miners. The rest of you are out there in the fields looking over the field, the dead. But go ahead. I'm going to switch over to you, Joe. So what are you doing in the tent or the dwelling?
I'm just freeing them.
Okay. For Curtis, are you keeping the silence up this time too, or would you be dropping it at this point?
I would say I would probably drop it.
Okay. So, Jessel, you are able to start, I mean, you know when it drops, Jessel, because you could actually start hearing the key mechanism crank and turn as you are unleashing these miners and letting them out of their bonds. I'm sorry. And then what would you like to do as you free them? Or is that just all you want to work on, just freeing them right at this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the group outside. What do you all want to do? Or what are you all doing?
I want to go ahead and look in this tent right here, or like the little dome.
Okay. Go in there.
I'll help.
Okie dokie. You don't mind? Let me get my cheat sheet notes out. Okay, yeah. You enter the dwelling, Faye and Cronus. Anyone else entering the dwelling with them? Or is everyone else looking at the bodies? What is everyone else doing?
I'm going over to this tent to help out Josel.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Barton, Azure, what would you guys like to be doing?
Detect magic out here and just start looking around at all the fallen.
Okay.
I'm loot bodies for like correspondence or maps.
Okay. Let's see here. Would a special type... Ooh. Okay.
Does it have scribbles on it? I'm going to pick it up.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking into the question about the detect magic stuff. If something... So, for example, I'm just going to read this first.
30-foot range. You can detect what school of magic. Can't see through.
I'm wondering if it's like, for example, I'm not saying this is what it is, but mithril armor, for example. That's not going to show up as magic. This is a material. But if there's like a type of armor, there's no...
Yeah, mithril, it's technically a magic item, but at the same time, it's not. It's a special type of metal.
I'll say that you detect some kind of uncommon magic items in the tent that Ichabod went through originally. So yes, and you'll also be picking up. Let me double check your distance. You are also picking up some magical effects inside the dwellings.
All right.
Not coming from people, but coming from things that are inside. Okay.
I'll just make my way around then to point them out as time permits.
Okay. Faye and Cronus, as you guys are entering this dwelling, there's no other Sahagins in here. And there's not any kind of literature or anything that you find, but you do find 2 or 3 of these large shells kind of in this dwelling or this storage area. Let me see if I can get you a picture. This is the best picture because this is really just an icon. I'm not going to really even bother sharing that. No, I already said it. So there, it's kind of looks like that, but it's a little too futuristic for my taste. But it's kind of representative of what the kind of shells look like. But you see them in this room. That's as best as it's going to get. I apologize.
And they're roughly that big.
Oh yeah, these are big.
Cronus, what do you make of those?
Do these look like the mines?
Yeah, they look like the shells that you guys have seen before.
Yeah,
these are fairly good condition. You'll notice that you can make out that symbol of that clan really pretty good on these ones.
Yeah, we should go ahead and leave these here for right now.
All right.
So that's what you guys find. Back to you, Bart. Which tent would you like to explore, Bart? You said you were searching for kind of journals or anything.
Well, I'm searching the bodies for like maps or correspondence.
Gotcha. You won't find really anything like that, but you will find obviously their weapons and their belongings. So you'll find a glaive, 2 glaives. You'll find. I don't know if you want to write this down or if you want to write this down.
I'm not gonna be wielding glaives, so.
I will say you find through their belongings different things, but nothing with any kind of writing. On one of them, you see something that's kind of been made out of bone, like fish bones, into some kind of keepsake or craft, but it really holds no true value to you. But you find otherwise you find their equipment and armor and weapons they're wielding.
All right.
Yep. Okay. And then back to you, Josel and Lorna. What are you guys doing? And they're actually freeing the miners, and they can finally hear within the tent. They are kind of panicked, and they're speaking kind of quick paced and in Aquan. Which one of you guys speak Aquan, or do either of you? Thank you. So they're like, have you come to save us? Or are you free us? Where are you from? Please,
From the surface, we were sent by Sebastian to free you guys and try to find out what you guys are trying to dig up.
I don't know what they're searching for. I don't really care. They just want to see us die, I think, to break our backs. The other one of the other slaves will hear, like, that's not true. You know, they're searching for something. They're not sharing too much with us, but they're working us to death to find it. They're just taking more and more of us deeper and deeper into the tunnels ahead. And they've got 4 deep tunnels currently being mined ahead. I've heard some of them talking about different rumors and things that they're searching for. And if you ask my opinion, they're just doing whatever the high priestess says to keep Flotsam fed and happy.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, they got us caged and working like that. They got many more of us just pouring deeper and deeper into the reef, and anyone they can round up. Basically, they seem like they're getting sent here if they're not getting picked apart for a science experiment.
Are there any more within the camps or the rest of the camps here?
Oh, there's many more. Many are working further ahead, and the ones that aren't working, they're kind of saving or letting us rest, if you'd like to call it that. They got pinned up in the major camp ahead. There's quite a bit of them, but
okay.
Flotsam has had us working in camps all over this reef. I was working in the tunnels not too long ago until they basically brought me back here and said we're next for the sacrifice. At least that's what they threatened us with.
Yeah. That's not good. Second question. When are the people supposed to come back to retrieve you, and or do you know when the next group is coming?
I have no idea. It's gotten, it's been pretty regular. They kind of move us around a lot. And I don't know if they're just trying to keep us disoriented, or they just like to see us, waste what little energy we have left. I'd say you usually see some Sahagins delivered by now, Sahagins. See more miners kind of coming through, but it has been a minute. I don't know when to expect the next one or anything like that. All right.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay. They're kind of looking at you guys like lost puppy, and it says like, what do we do now?
I summon Ichabod and I instruct him to escort these people to the headquarters and give them the password. Yada yada yada.
Okay. They will thank you graciously, and say, thank you, and they will follow Ichabod away then. One of them will kind of look back and say, please save others here. These are so dire. They keep harvesting us and killing us, but it's just things are going really bad. And stay safe, and we'll see you back at camp. And they'll follow Ichabod away.
I'll ask them before they leave, were there more of you here in the other tents farther north?
Well, you were not in there. So you can see that as they're walking out of the tent, though, you'll see the miners and stuff. You could address them if you like. They're swimming away following Ichabod.
Yes, were there more of you?
There's many, many more. Ursula has been just everyone she's rounding up that's not serving her sick pleasure has been sent here into the mines.
Have you seen how many in the buildings further north?
In the buildings, I don't know. I've been here at this camp for at least a day, but I know that there are in the camp ahead. I would estimate close to 30 to 40, but that's not the active ones they have working deeper in the tunnels. You probably have more merfolk working in each tunnel, digging deeper for them. And that's just right here. Floatsam's they got camps all over this reef as they're like carving away at these tunnels and trying to find something. It's
very well. We'll tell Marius and Sebastian we're doing our best to get as many free as we can.
Oh, good. Marius is still doing okay, so we'll look forward to seeing him at the sanctuary as soon as possible.
I'll go back up and let everybody here know. There are more. What they were saying, there are probably 30 to 40 more, but some may be in this camp just to the buildings directly north of here. Are we going to go for them too?
We probably should. Maybe hide the bodies and take a short rest.
That will be a trick. If they have any patrols that come down this way, they will see, and even if we move the bodies, they'll see that all the rest of them are missing.
Exactly, and then they'll come into the tents and we'll just hold them hostage. Oh.
You're going to hold the dead bodies hostage?
No.
I can find any number of places that might be more secure than sitting inside a Sahagin tent while we wait for them to find us. I'm all for a short rest is fine.
Outside the tents, kind of together.
What was that, Cronus?
I said, is it safe to say, like, after finding the mines or whatever, like I was ready to get out of the tent, that like time has passed that all that happened?
Yes, time has passed since that's happened. Because you would have seen, Joseph and Lorna had their thing happen. They stepped out. Asher had his conversation with the miners. So yes, you guys would have time to come out, and Bart, you would be also out there and hearing this conversation in Aquan. But I don't think anyone besides Josel and
I did take Primordial as a language. I guess I'd take Aquan because you're on the sea a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. But someone who's wearing the necklace again that gives them Aquan speech?
Faye.
Faye. Okay, so Faye, I don't know if you would come out with Cronus when Faye or when Cronus exits the dwelling as well, or if you want to still investigate that room further, we totally can, and we'll come back to you. Or are you staying in there right now? Okay. So I lost my train of thought. Cronus, you come out.
I will be
Asher,
looking.
what are you doing?
I will be keeping a wary eye toward the north. I mean, we weren't that far, judging from that other map, right? From the other tents like these, they're really not that far at all.
They were not. This is more of like an outpost on the way to the main camp.
Is that considered the main camp? What we saw, the northern part of this, or that's just all just part of this camp?
The northern part is like the main camp.
Okay.
Yeah, you are right. It's maybe 30 minutes away.
Yeah, it's very close. So keeping an eye up there, but meanwhile, I want to be collecting whatever exuded magic and kind of putting it in a pile so we know what we have.
Okay. Cronus, what are you liking to do?
I want to get away from the tent.
Oh, okay, fair. That's fair. All right. Lorna and Josel, what are you guys doing in your tent or dwelling?
The friendlies are gone, right?
Yep, they left. They started following Ichabod back to the camp.
Did you want to look for anything while you're here, Joseph?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick look for any potions or fun stuff.
Pretty sure they're not going to have that in the tent for prisoners.
They could be stupid and put it in here.
You may go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and do the investigation. See what you find.
I mean, between me and Farrell, we should be able to just point those out. If there's things that she's sitting on something. By the way, you're sitting on something magical.
Nothing for the sole like nothing of real major value. This dwelling wasn't used purely just for holding prisoners. It did have some minor weapons and arms that were here, but it kept fairly out of the way. Obviously, they don't want too much to be near the prisoners. Mostly, from what you heard from Josel explaining between the two dwellings, you think most of the weapons and things of importance would be in the other dwelling that Ichabod first explored. But you don't find too much of anything great afterwards. You find some stuff that might be some rations for Sahagin and some other crude tools.
Okay.
But if you you do notice magic items are coming from that tent as well to the right as when you're doing your detect magic.
Yeah, I'll be swimming in there and pointing them out. What kind of stuff is
okay
emanating magic?
So let me pull up my sheet here. There we go. Okay, awesome. So as you're going through the belongings, you are going to find, again, several tridents, spears, glaives. Most of the weapons are being used by the Sahagin. They're not radiating any major magic, so they're not what drew you in here, but you would notice them when you come in. They're not really hidden. You do feel that there is a lot of magic coming from more near the armor and the weapon. And as you start inspecting that, Go ahead and do an investigation.
Right.
With advantage, you are using your thing. Okay. You find what's going on, but you're just not sure. Like, what is it about it that's making it magical? Or, well, no. Identify or detect magic tells you what type of school and stuff.
Yeah.
You pull the. I guess I should have made you do an investigation then, but you pull the some of the armor. This one looks to be kind of like a scale mail. It has lots of ornamenting features like pearls, coral, shells that kind of decorate it. It's a little darker in imagery and aesthetics than some of the stuff you've seen on Atlantean guards. It kind of fits the whole dark aquatic creature theme. It's just very crude and aggressive in style. But you're going to be able to detect that it does have the Mariner's capability.
Mariner. Yeah.
So you will be. That's kind of what I was having a hard time when I was reading it. It does say it gives you magical ability. So even though it is a type of armor, I felt like it makes sense. But yeah, you will find in here some Mariner's armor, some Mariner's scale mail, Mariner's chainmail, Mariner's leather. But you also find where's the other one? I guess that's the only three I put in here. I'm sorry. So yeah, Mariner's scale mail, Mariner's chainmail, and Mariner's studded leather. I guess that Atlantean kind of studded leather.
Does that have a? That doesn't have a magical bonus. It just has the properties of Mariner's armor.
The scale mail and the chainmail do not. The studded leather though does have a +1. So,
Studded leather would. If I were that would basically give Faye the same benefits as her unarmored defense.
Studded leather is 12 base.
Yes, that'd be 13 plus Dex. It wouldn't really help Faye that much. Who else wears studded leather for us? Because that could help him out a bit. It might be good. It might be good for Bart.
Might be, yeah.
So yeah, that Mariners are. What does that do? I forget what.
It gives you swim speed, and that's it basically.
Jose will take that chainmail now.
Oh. So you can bring that to the group's attention if you'd like. But
Absolutely.
you find some other things in there too as you're scrounging around because you got to detect magic. Potions are going to show up for magic too, right? So, or do scrolls and potions not show up like detect?
No, I think they do.
Okay.
I mean, we at least know they're magic some sort or another, and then I think potions you can taste them to try and figure it out. I don't know.
Let's see here. You are going to find, while you're also looking through all their weapons and armor stuff, you're going to find 2 greater healing potions in there.
Very nice.
And Lauren, if you are collecting some of the crude or basic armor and stuff, let's see here. You have between the people that you've slayed and the stuff in the tents, you would be able to find about 5 glaives, 6 tridents, and a few 3 or 4 spears. Just trying to count the bodies too.
Could somebody write that down? I don't really have hands right now.
Nope, I got you. For speed, I'm just going to write it, and hopefully someone can just correct me.
Where are we carrying all of this?
Bag of holding.
Well, I will point out those armors and say, don't leave those behind.
There you go. I think I flipped one of those around, but that's the gist of what you found in basic weapons. And then you found Mariner's scale mail, Mariner's chainmail, and Mariner's studded leather armor. Plus, there So, but you do not find any other major items that stick out to you. Just the stuff that was radiating magic is really what you were able to uncover, Asher.
And were there some of those bombs?
There. Shoot, to be completely honest, I can't remember if I said there were bombs in this tent. I know there's obviously bombs in the one that Cronus is in. Let me look at I have to look at last week's notes real quick. Sorry. I forgot what I said about that. There are a few bombs in there. That was where Ichabod first saw them, and when he first came in the tent. But he primarily saw the armor. But yeah, there are a few shells in there. Not as many as the one that Cronus and Faye found, but yeah, there are a few shells.
Do we have any idea how they work? Are they magically activated or thrown, or how do you?
So, Asher, you would have seen how they set them off. So, when you saw them go off, you saw what some of them were doing was taking these shells and rolling them into the lava. Some of these big barons were pushing them and just basically letting them snowball down into these lava beds, and that's what set off the explosion. But that's not the only other way. The priests, because obviously they don't send barons and everything everywhere, but the priests and some of the other casters have other magical means to ignite them, but that's the only one you've witnessed firsthand.
So just massive heat sets them off, apparently.
You got it.
Are they actually that big?
Yeah, they're big. They're about 10 feet.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Definitely not getting those in the bag of holding.
Yeah, they're massive. These shells, they're serious. You know that they're serious bombs because you saw the explosion that these things have. You witnessed that and felt that the explosion. Asher, these are massive, explosives when they go off.
Well, we should take our gains and go. I don't see much point in hiding these bodies. Any of them that happened across this scene will know something's up regardless. We'd find them soon enough, especially when everything starts to swarm in and eat them.
There's a lava pit right over here.
And it's true, we could toss the bodies into the lava pit.
Well, whatever we do, we should do so and relocate.
Yeah, I would say that you guys have spent about, at least after rescuing everything and all the simultaneous efforts and tests that were going on, you guys it's probably been about 15 minutes outside of your last battle, as you guys are kind of exploring the camp. So, what are y'all doing?
Are we going to put the bodies in the lava and then take a short rest?
Well, going to put the bodies in the lava, go find some place that's not sitting in the middle of a Sahagin camp, and take a short rest.
Yes.
Okay. So the only real, you can press forward, or I guess you could go back the way you came, to try to find a place to rest, or what are you guys wanting to do? You want to backtrack to try to find a safer place for a short rest before pressing on?
If I remember correctly, there was a path that went to the west.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Mm-hmm. There was.
I want to take a short swim up there and see if I see some place that looks like it might be, I don't know, defensible and somewhat hidden.
Okay. So you don't want to swim too far away, but you wanted to see if there's something that jumps out at you.
See if something jumps out at me, exactly.
Okay. Looking down the tunnels, you do not see any, let me think. Let's say it accurately. Looking down the tunnel, it looks kind of similar to the tunnel that you guys came from to this area. So you're expecting that there's probably going to be similar coverage and boulders that are scattered around, some stuff growing from the ceiling and the ground and on the walls that would offer some camouflage, but no real practical dwelling, per se. But go ahead and do me a perception check.
This place sucks.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be what you are going to visually be able to see. Again, there's some spots that you could try making work, but there's just nothing that's going to really like
I'll come
surround
back.
you and cover you. You know what I mean?
I'll come back. Not really very much cover directly ahead to the west. Unless we wanted to risk trying to go further north now, or we can pull back a bit. I know there was a decent place somewhat back along our path.
I would say we probably shouldn't risk going back too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to venture north and closer to their camp.
No.
You guys are going towards the camp then?
No. I think go a little bit back to a safe spot might be better, so we can better plan.
Okay. All right. Just going back the way you guys came from. Is that okay? Are everyone good with that then? Just kind of, I don't want to just kind of move you guys along, but I don't want to rush anyone if there's something someone else wants to say or do. Okay. So you guys kind of collect yourselves. You guys aren't doing anything with the bodies, or you guys are throwing the bodies in the lava? What are you guys doing with all that?
Yeah, we'll throw them in the lava while Azure was going out to check the path.
Okay, excellent. So, taking care of the bodies as practical and energy efficiently as possible, you toss and drag them into the lava. These are fairly big creatures that you are working on, and these other ones. I will say this work will probably take you close to 30 minutes to complete, dragging all these bodies and throwing them into lava.
Sure.
Things
Okay.
are lighter underwater.
That is true.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, let's do 15 minutes. I mean, these things are still huge. I mean, I don't care how light they are. You trying to move a huge creature. I don't want to see how you do moving like not a whale. I guess they're not that big, but they're still
I
pretty
mean, you try kicking a whale underwater and see if it budges.
big. Yeah, it's maybe not as big as a whale, but they're still heavy and bulky. So yeah, I would say it takes 15 minutes then, because that's a good point. They are lighter underwater. But after taking care of the bodies, you guys do retrace your steps. You probably had for about 10 minutes where you last remember seeing some crowded rocks and actually some at least visual concealment. It's no roof over your head, but some way you could actually be off the open path. It's not a for sure thing, but it's at least out of the direct line of sight from anything.
Yep.
Which you guys go back, and then I'm going to move you guys here until you guys. What do you guys want to do during your short rest, or what do you guys want to talk about?
We have to decide how we're going to go about this. We know the basic layout.
As
True.
stealthy as possible.
That didn't work before.
Kind of makes me question if we could even sneak in disguised as one of their priestesses now.
They are very suspicious, as befits their nature.
And the fact we heard them say Flotsam was at their camp, I believe. If it is what they described it as, for all we know, it might be able to see through illusions.
That's true.
Yes, I'm not exactly certain what it is, to be honest.
I want to get your guys real quick because I don't want to correct you at all, because I want your characters to make decisions. And when you are saying information, so Faye, you just said something that's not 100% true what the Sahagins said, or also the Merfolk miners are saying. It's very, very close, but it's not. Do you want me to correct you guys, or should I allow that? I feel like I'm tricking you by not correcting the information. But I don't want to.
Yeah, I
push
think
you a
I
certain
think
way.
most of the talk with them, I heard Flotsam, but then I had to step out for a bit.
Okay, so to be fair, then they said that the priestess, the high priestess, seems to be the one that's communing with Flotsam as he's kind of terrorizing everyone and traveling between the various different camps that are basically mining throughout the reef. So she didn't say, or the miner did not say Flotsam is there right now, but the miner is very familiar with Flotsam.
All right, so
I'm not saying he's not there either. I'm just saying that they didn't confirm his position.
so we don't know where this Flotsam is. He could be there, and if there's a chance he could see through illusions, or he could not be there, but we begin the plan and he shows up. The fact we don't know where he is very risky. I think we need to be prepared to face him just in case. Just rushing, we can't follow plans.
Well, if we can cut off the head, so to speak, go a long way. We're not without our strengths. Although, from what I've seen, the stealthy approach is not necessarily one of them. So, assuming the worst, if we head toward the main camp and are spotted, and they send their troops out in force, we may have overwhelming numbers to contend with. We had best find a spot to fight them or we can bottleneck them. Or we will swiftly be surrounded and die.
That's true. Another option we know Flotsam is traveling between the camps. We could try and ambush Flotsam, get rid of him quickly, and that might disparage them further to make them flee.
That would be ideal if we can manage it, but we have no idea. We can't, unless anyone here has divinations that they are good at asking the gods of their opinion of what we are to do. I myself do not. She looks around at Josul.
What do you think, old man?
Don't matter.
Is that a no? You don't have any divinations at your call.
Evocations and aberrations.
Fair enough. Then would be blind luck if we happen upon the great eel as he journeyed between the camps. We can't rely on that. But then again, sending your octopus ahead proved to be very useful.
So Joseph, it's been some time, and you are checking back in on Ichabod. You can't see through his eyes, can you? Now, or
Yeah, I can.
what's? Okay, you can.
I can see as long as we're in the same plane of existence.
Okay,
It's just I can't communicate with him once he passes 100 feet.
got it. You will see that he's getting roughly back to where you guys first entered the tunnels and that kind of major ballroom where it forks off. So he's not very far away from getting back with the miners you guys have rescued.
Okay.
Actually,
Once they're in the base, I'll just dismiss them.
Okay.
I'm going to look at Jeffrey since he understands the languages of spoken life, I'm just going to ask, do you know if Flotsam is going to be going to that camp anytime soon? And it understands me.
Does he retain the knowledge he had in life?
I mean, most spirits do.
It doesn't respond.
It was worth a try.
Go ahead and do an insight check real quick, Faye.
All right. Come on. Big money. Aw.
You tell that the spirit is serving you begrudgingly, but it is following your commands based on the nature of the spell.
You're not going to be help in that aspect.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody else would like to do?
No.
I got a plan, but it's a long shot.
Let's hear it.
Only thing I be needing is blood from one of ye.
Blood for what?
If I can lure the sirens into the tunnels, they may be able to baste back the anchovies for us a bit.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Sirens ain't too smart, cunning high. But once they have prey, they'll come and devour them to the last.
I mean, I've already given my hair to the sea hags, so really, what's in blood?
I mean, no
Nay,
offense,
they ain't be
Pinnacle
taking it
needed
from ye.
blood.
Be like
Before
blood,
we burnt
be
all the
like
bodies.
chum in the water, lowering them close.
I've probably done worse.
So your short rest has completed. You guys are still at your camp discussing next steps, but yeah, you're rounding out the final hour of your short rest. So while you guys are kind of finishing up your strategizing.
I want to go out and look for some fishies, of which I'm sure there must be some around here.
What kind of fish are you, or just in general, you're looking for fish?
Well, in general, looking for fish. If I can find some that are smarter than others, I'd prefer those, but it doesn't really matter.
I mean, you're going to find little itty bitty fish sort of around, feeding against what plant life is growing down here, ranging from various size. But yeah, you can find some fish in different sizes.
All right, well, I'm going to start communicating with them and see if I can find any that I can convince for the promise of food to go swim up toward that northern camp and look around and then come back and tell us what they saw, especially if they saw a gigantic eel, which they would
Ooh.
probably not want to be spotted by.
What kind of food is you're kind of tempting them with food and treats? Yeah, and then they're kind of going after you the material and stuff that you're wearing catches light at all, and kind of nipping at it, just trying to being fish and curious. As soon as you kind of move it, they scurry away. But after talking with them, they do listen to what you're asking, and they're
shinies and tidbits.
What kind of? Or they're excited about the idea of food, but as soon as you mention the eel, and actually, I never gave you the picture. Let me get that picture for you, Faye. But yeah, as soon as you mention the word eel, like they kind of dart away and peek out from rocks again to look at you. We do not want to go near. We don't want to go near the eel.
No, I don't want you to either. We need to know where it is so we can stay away from it.
We have not seen it in some time. Let me share this real quick. The proportions are not correct for this creature. I just want that to be clear. Like, I couldn't find a better picture, but the stuff that it's set next to makes it look way too big. So I just want to preface that. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in general because I imagine Faye was going to kind of draw the creature, but it is not as large as comparatively to a whale or ship. It is massive, just not that massive.
Oh, jeez.
So that's kind of the mouth of the creature that Faye would have drawn. Some monstrosity, aberration, dark creature that came with Ursula from the water plane as she returned to Fantasia. Sorry, someone asked a question and I got completely sidetracked with that.
It's that huge.
No, it is not that huge. It is large. It's massive, but not like 200 whale sizes like this one depicts.
So it's not gargantuan good.
Yep, I'm just seeing if I can get some to scatter ahead force. My
Okay.
version of using an Ichabod, except whichever fish are willing to go for the promise of something to eat or some gold coins or something shiny.
Okay.
I know they tend to be stupid, but
They will. They'll kind of. They won't really talk back or like. They'll say, okay. If you got, or you're showing them the rations and the shinies you're offering. Okay, so they'll dart off and they'll start swimming ahead.
And if they can remember, I will tell them, if you see any of your dolphin brothers, send them to me.
Okay.
And then let them go.
All right. And they swim off ahead. So what does the rest of y'all want to do? You guys are, like I said, rounding out your resting hour. So go ahead and do your short yards or your hit die or whatever you needed to do, or replenish spell slots if that's your thing. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? Okay.
No.
So you guys kind of collect yourselves, catch your second, your breath, and swim back kind of the way you came. As you guys return to the camp, you look in there for a moment, and you see no activity or movement right now. So hopefully no patrols have came yet, but you see no activity yet. So what would you guys like to do? Just swim on through, start heading north?
Yeah, we'll sneakily head north.
Okay. As you guys kind of swim through the camps, still kind of nervous. It's, even though it's well lit, it's just swimming through this large empty room, still kind of imposing. Did you guys split the all the equipment and stuff too? Or because I thought you said Joseph was wearing something, or Joseph, are you keeping what you got currently?
Joseph was wearing his original armor.
Okay. All right. So you then will also move forward. It will take you a little bit longer with Joseph at half speed, but you guys are swimming through the tunnels and making your ways towards the northern camps. Again, as you guys swim through these tunnels, excuse me, as you guys are swimming through these tunnels, you're seeing more of the same kind of landscape. But as you guys are getting closer to the north camp, you can just smell, and I know you're underwater, so it's more like a taste in the sense of smell. It is tasting like very, very, like the taste of metal is in your mouth almost. It's it tastes like iron, like you're like iron is going through your mouth and digesting it a little bit. And as you guys are swimming through this larger tunnel leading ahead, you're going to see more of those scarecrow like merfolk staked in things piercing through their limbs and their torso. Some are actually kind of laced through the flesh of their bodies. Some of them seem to be only half torsos, some of them the full bodies. As you guys are swimming through, though, you're passing between darkness and lightness that pierce through from the lava that peeks into the tunnels, but there are large stretches of darkness as you guys are heading north. As you enter into one of the tunnels where it is very, very dark, though, and not a whole lot of light making its way to you guys, you hear this weak, frail, and desperate voice come from the darkness. Those with dark vision will see. Well, go ahead and make me a perception check. Those with dark vision. So, Cronus, you're going to see this. Faye, you're going to see this. And I think between all of you guys are going to make each other aware of this. You hear the noise coming from the direction, and Faye and Cronus, you guys see it right away, but you see this person that's staked like all the other scarecrows, but you see him move and kind of looking around with his head very much so he doesn't have a lot of neck control. His head's just basically shifting back and forth as he's looking around frantically. And he goes, he'll call out to please kill me in my misery. I do not wish to be here. Flotsam, why do you torment me? And you guys who can see him in the dark, this scarecrow is, again, a lot of the graphic nature of the others, but he's got along his abdomen, the skin and flesh on his body is very much like teared cloth, like something is bitten from him. So instead of being normal, skin, it's just like floating like spaghetti and shredded cloth away from his torso. But he remains alive for what little time he has left, as he kind of sits there in agony on these spikes.
I will swim up there. Speak to him in Aquan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He said that in Aquan too. I should say.
We can end this for you.
Please end it. Hey,
help us to gain revenge for your people. You said you saw Flotsam. Is it the one that has been tormenting you?
He comes and he torments me, threatening to devour me whole. He could do it quickly.
Does he come alone?
He only needs to come alone.
How often? When will he be here again?
I see him soon. I seen him. What day is it? I've lost track. I don't know how long it's been.
It is the last day that you will be able to lend your strength to your people's cause.
Please save my people, those that you can.
If a great deal is coming for you, then we can try to end it.
You must save our people and get them out of here. There is no Atlantis left to save.
All right, I'll turn back and translate. This one says, he has been fed upon by Flotsam, and that it comes on regular intervals to torment him. And likely alone.
Unfortunately, I think this is a good opportunity for us to wait and get him while he's distracted.
I agree. I think my patron has thrown this in our path as fate. Let us take full advantage of it. Turn back to the man. Can you hold on just a bit longer? I will be certain that you are sent on to the path beyond before it can lay its fins upon you again. But we must be sure that it comes here so that we might be able to destroy it.
No, please kill me. I cannot deal with this pain any longer.
He's beyond saving, I suppose.
Do a medicine check.
Oh yeah, I'm good at that.
You want me to take a look?
He is mutilated, and it looks like he is being kept alive by some kind of means for pleasure. But he is, well, I'm sorry, not being kept alive, but he is hanging on for some reason or another. But his vitals and the way he looks feverish, kind of delirious, and like in really bad shape. You're not sure how much you can do medically to help him.
He's what, merfolk?
Yes. Yeah, this one is merfolk. Yep.
I will be switching over to Elvin. Who in the party speaks Elvin?
Looks at the half drow.
Also, the Dragonborn can as well.
All right. Well, in Elvin, then I will say, sort of in a quiet voice, I am not one for torment, but I fear if we finish this one off too soon, the eel will not come for its snack.
I agree. It is unfortunate he's in this situation, but this is too good of an opportunity to take advantage of.
We can kill him when it gets close and end his torment once we have it in our sights.
Agreed.
I do not agree with this.
I don't think he understands. He will not understand what you're saying. He'll get a little bit more frantic. And kill me, please. Don't have time. Must get everyone out of Atlantis before we all die.
Turn back to him, and we will. But if
Don't understand. And he kind of winces and writhes in pain. He's again kind of losing his mind and is not speaking coherently. But that's the gist of what he's getting out to you.
I want to use detect magic and look at him.
Sure.
Because in his shape, it's kind of odd that he's still alive looking like that.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, you can detect magic on him, and you don't see anything if you're looking for like curses or something like that.
Not curses, just trying to see what schools more or less.
There is no magic detected upon his. Well, actually, I'm sorry, that is not true. You will notice some magic coming from one of the items that he is wearing. You will notice there's a ring on his hand, and I will have to look up what the school is. Sorry.
Probably be enchantment if it's an item.
And that's the enchantment.
I don't think that's what's keeping him alive. And I'm saying this in Elven. His ring is magical, but I don't think that's what's keeping him alive in this condition.
Do a medicine check, Faye. Well, since you're inspecting him too, and just kind of get your evaluation.
Medicine or Arcana.
If you're trying to check on his health and stuff, then I would say medicine. I already said that you didn't find anything magical on him, so I'm not sure if you want to do anything there. There's no other magic items upon him.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get get less of what Azure said, but it all confirms what Azure has already said to you all, that he's experiencing, fever. He looks very ill, kind of out of sorts and not speaking very sensible right now. Seems a little hysterical.
Look at Faye. I will stay here and speak to him and try to keep him holding on. You must let the others know what we plan to do. We wish to find a spot nearby here and hold our ground. Perhaps the eel will be here soon and we can try to destroy it.
Of course. I'll go over to the others. All right. Flotsam could be here soon to feast on that one over there. This is a good spot. It's away from the camps. It's likely there won't be reinforcement with him because, from what Azure said, Flotsam comes here alone. This would be a good spot to ambush Flotsam. Granted, that one over there, he is in rough spots. We will have to force him to hang on for this to work.
You may not even have to force him. You said there's no magic keeping him alive, yes?
True.
So there's no draw. There's no magical draw for Flotsam to come back here.
He said Flotsam comes here regularly.
Sea creatures like to play with their food. He's playing with this one. I think it's a good plan if we stay here. Unfortunately, we have to use an innocent as bait. But if there's no hope for him, then at least he can do another good thing for society and his people.
So you want to torture him?
Azure has says if Flotsam does show up, she is gonna end that one suffering during the fight.
You mean we're gonna torture him?
Unfortunately, I don't think we have much choice to face Flotsam. We could go to the camps, take care of it, and if Flotsam shows up, we're dealing with the armies that are at the camps and whatever Flotsam is. Over here, we can get Flotsam alone.
Have you forgotten while we're here to prove ourselves that we can be trusted, and you wish to use a dying man as bait?
Oh, don't worry, this will go in the report.
And plus, if we can take care of Flotsam, this will make the job of freeing those in the camps a lot easier. It's two birds with one stone.
Yeah, by torturing somebody.
He's
You're
already being
missing the
tortured.
key point here.
We could end the torture.
I mean, more than likely, Flotsam is going to end up coming through here anyways. Because there's
Agreed.
nothing magical to bring them here. Even if there is, even if he knows that we're here and we kill his plaything, he's gonna come here with a vengeance anyways.
Sorry, Faye, I put you in a bad spot. I was like, go talk to the party.
I don't know.
The person in this merfolk is
Yes.
still talking in Aquan as you guys are discussing.
Well, we've
Again-
had this situation before happen, and Cronus took the best option in that. So I'm just gonna take out my dagger, lift up this dude's head, and just slip it in between his right into his like brainstem to just make it instant.
As you are, doing that, he'll start to say thank you in Aquan, and you relieve him of his bonds on this plane, and he fades away from you.
Well, there goes Plan A.
We're on to Plan B.
Go ahead and No, never mind. Unless you guys ask, I don't want to prompt you. So I don't want to give things away.
He did have a magic ring on them. We could
No.
have that identified. To at least bring back to his family.
We don't even know who this is.
But it is... One thing does strike me odd. Looking at all the other ones that are obviously dead, why was Flotsam playing with this one?
Maybe he was recent. The rest didn't
Maybe he was
survive.
drunk.
If he is a creature of the Sahagin, I don't think perhaps you comprehend the depths of their cruelty. As a race, they are wicked, and always have been. There is no redemption for them. If they have such a thing as this that they worship as a god of sorts, it is no doubt as decadent and depraved as they are. It needs no other reason than that. But
would
since
also
he
like
is dead, I suppose we should
find
take
out.
the ring and have it at least to take back, as he said, to his family. Hopefully someone there will know who it belongs to.
While we're talking, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the guy with the stake.
Okay. It's really difficult. It'll take some time. Go ahead. I mean, if you're trying to take care of her and not damage him more, or are you just trying to get him off?
Kind of a mixture of both, I guess.
Okay. All right. You're just not
I'm
trying to
gonna
rip
take
him
all
off.
the-
You're trying to be careful, but you're also not trying to be surgical on this. So you try to kind of get some of the way it's the way the I want to say crucifixion, but the way that things have been kind of ran through his body and barbed through and weaved into the flesh in certain areas, you were able to finally kind of get some of that stuff off, but eventually the flesh does just eventually tear away. Other being dead, he's been hanging here for some time, picked upon. You're welcome to do a medicine or a nature check as well, Cronus, if you'd like, on him while you're working on his body and taking him down. Okay. You don't notice anything really more than Azure and Faye have already told you. Again, that wound is just very, or the wounds are just obviously infected and diseased. You're sure no matter what spell, if you guys were short of curing disease and curing wounds and all sorts of spells needing to be cast upon, there was very little that you would have been able to do for this guy after you've got him off everything. Anything else anybody would like to do with the body or in discussion or just planning? Are you guys setting up camp here or pressing forward?
I mean, maybe we do set up camp here and wait for Flotsam to get here.
I just want to. I don't want to tell you guys what to do, but just a reminder, I guess, that you guys are in between the outpost that you guys are coming from and the camp ahead.
Yeah.
So we're not that far out from camp, from the main camp. So,
Yes, which begs the question of how close to the main place we came from has Flotsam gone? If he's come all the way out to here, be very little from stopping him from going the rest of the way if he wanted to.
Yeah.
We should probably take the opportunity, give it at least a few hours, see whether or not he shows. If he doesn't, we can move on.
Keep watch, and if he gets here, he gets here.
Yep.
go ahead and do perception checks for me. Those that are kind of looking for a good defensive spot to kind of set up. Azure, you're going to notice as you're looking around the room and kind of get a lay of what's ahead. I mean, there's no direct line of sight for the major camp ahead, but you know, I haven't traveled that far away from the other one, but you're just kind of examining the room and seeing what you can find. Nothing has been too opportune along the way. As you scan the sides of the walls and look up, you see some familiar caverns and tunnels that you have seen certain creatures dwell in before.
Oh, damn eels. They here too? I guess I should
Um,
probably go up and look in them and see if there's any in there. Try to talk to them if there are.
If you swim up to look closer, is that what you'd like to do?
No, I don't want to like to, but I'm going to. I will have some dancing lights ready to shine in there. That's my flashlight. I'm not going to go that close until I know if they're there or not.
Yeah, come on, man.
How high are these caverns above us?
They're up high, similar to how the caverns were in the first time you encountered them.
Distance.
From the ground, 30 feet off the ground, probably.
And can I see into the caverns from where I'm at, or no?
Not without swimming up and looking at, eye level into the caverns.
I'll also go, since I can see in 120 feet of darkness, even magic darkness. That way Azure's not alone.
Okay.
I'm going to out and hold it just in case I have to try to dominate something from eating.
Okay, excellent.
People on there.
So, as you point, you're pointing at the tunnels. Faye and Azure, I imagine you guys kind of are splitting up to look through some of the tunnels or speed it up, or are you guys sticking together and look at them?
Sticking together.
Together.
Okay. So you do send some lights into one of the tunnels. Nothing. You see no creatures inside of it. It's about 30 feet off the ground, and it has a good vantage point looking down over the tunnel. But you don't see any eels in that one. If you guys continue to look at the other tunnels, I don't know. Are you guys going to keep checking the other ones?
How big around are they?
They're the size of the tunnels that you saw the eels kind of travel through before.
Well, like, could one of them hold the entire party?
Oh yeah. These fit those. I think they're considered huge or large. Let me see what size.
One's all we need.
One's all we need.
Okay.
Could someone
Almost.
check a different tunnel on the other side.
Yeah, if you want to swim out, Josel, and check that out.
Well, I don't have dark vision.
Fine. Hey,
Well,
Elfie types, can you go over there and risk being eaten to see if there's another tunnel on the other side? Sure, let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay. As you are swimming to this one, it's a similar experience for you, Azure. But as you get there and shine your lights in there, but Faye, you're going to notice it a little bit sooner. Well, you both have dark vision. You're going to notice that the tail, you're going to see that similar tail kind of swim off away from you guys deeper into the tunnels.
There's one in there.
There's one in there.
Okay, not that one. How many holes are there?
There is about 3 more at this room.
We'll check them all.
Okay.
Because I have a bad feeling about this, by the way. It just dawned on me just now. I can
Flotsam.
speak to them. I'm certain Flotsam can, and he's an eel, and I'm not. If they're going to be on anyone's side.
There's going to be flotsams.
Flotsam's not really a eel, but yeah, he's kind of cylindrical looking like that.
Whatever he is, he probably can,
Command
dominate
these.
sea life or something.
So, inspecting, if you're going to check out all of them, you are not going to find any eels in them, but you will see another similar event in one of the tunnels where something you imagine it's an eel. It didn't look as big as the other ones, but it was still, a similar tail and shape swimming away from you as your lights and your presence kind of became known. Let's see here. And so, yeah, you guys are in this room, and there are some. I don't want to use the word vacant and have you guys hate me if they turn out not to be vacant later on, but they currently do not house an eel that is looking at you to eat.
Well, I mean, I know that Faye can see farther than me, and I can throw dancing lights in them up to 120 feet and light it up. So I guess between the two of us, hopefully we'll be able to tell how deep these holes go, because a normal eel is not going to dig something much deeper than they are long. Not much point in it if they dart out and eat something and pull it in. So I'd like to get a feel for how far in these tunnels go.
Yeah, if you look through, I mean, they do kind of weave together, and they go fairly far back. I guess how far are you willing to go into them?
I don't
That
want
is
to
a
go
good.
in.
That is a
much
good
far.
question. Yeah, I don't want to go in them just yet.
I just want to get a feel if something's in there, what it is. If we saw a tail or something, can we light it up and look at it before we move away?
You feel pretty confident that they are like eels, the ones that you encountered earlier, but
Not as big.
The first one that you saw was. The second one doesn't seem as big.
Are we talking medium or small?
No, still very large, but just not huge like the other ones. I don't know why I can't find. Oh, here it is.
So maybe a baby?
The giant eels were huge aberrations, so these would probably be size large. The second one that you saw was the size large. The first one was definitely huge.
So possibly a child.
What's the rest of the group doing right now? Cronus and Florida and Bart.
I am currently prepared, waiting for Faye or Azir to get eaten.
I love your confidence.
Is it dark around here? Or?
It is dark in the area that you're at right now, Bart. So you are in full
He's
skeleton form.
He's just looking at his skeleton hand. He's gonna pop it off and then have it move a bit before putting it back on.
Lorna is slightly disturbed by this.
So there's no other tunnel that's vacant. It's just this one.
There's three tunnels. Well, there are 2 tunnels that you guys saw nothing in. There are 3 tunnels that you have seen creatures in. I think I'm calling correctly what I just said. The first one had a large one, or I'm sorry, a huge one. The second one had the second one had a large creature swimming away as well. Did I say only 4? I thought I said 5 for some reason.
All right. I'm gonna take one of my continual flame torches, and I'm gonna put it in about 20 feet inside one of the vacant tunnels, not the ones that we'll be staying in, but a different one.
Okay, you're putting one of the torches in a tunnel that you're not staying in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's going to have a glow coming out of the tunnel.
Okay. So you're going to swim up. So is the rest of the group going to swim up to the one tunnel that you guys saw nothing in, and set up kind of camp to watch over these this body that you pulled off the stake, and some of the other corpses that are staked nearby it.
My idea is to use the continual flame torch to draw in the thing.
Okay.
Clever.
I'm going to start writing this stuff down because we are getting to that magical hour, so we'll probably stop and pick up where we left off. So just right down. Joe Sewell is using an ever-burning torch as a lure, basically. What is everyone else doing?
I want to ask Cronus, how often can you dominate something with the trident?
So as long as I don't use all of its power in one go, I should be able to do it about once a day. I'm not mistaken.
I doubt you could do it to Flotsam, but you might want to keep that in reserve for one of these giant eels if they turn on us. We've seen how they fight. Last thing we need is for that at our backs while we're trying to fight this creature.
So just to clarify, Cronus, you can use that thing up to 3. You can summon a creature and attempt to dominate them 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
That uses all 3 charges though, and will result in a D3 for recharge.
Does it use all 3? Because I thought it was just
It's one charge. It's 1 charge per creature you summon.
Okay, yeah. So I summon and then dominate. That's 1 charge. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Correct.
Yeah. So as long as I don't burn it out, then I'm good to go.
And how long does it last?
I think we determined 8 hours or a day.
Did we say? Or we did have that conversation. I don't think we
I
wrote
thought
it
you
down.
might have said a whole day because you said it's an artifact. And
It's I mean, it's a very powerful weapon. Shit, I know we had this debate. I will put it. I'll put it in your item card before next session because I thought we said 8 hours, but I think we did longer because I'm like, this is a super powerful weapon and it shouldn't be. It should be impressive.
Yeah. Well, I thought we did 8 hours because it was powerful. Because all the spells are only for like up to an hour or something like that.
Yeah, depending on what exactly. That's true. Yeah, so we'll stick with 8 hours. I'm putting it in right now so we don't forget again.
You could make it where, depending on how much charge you use, could increase the amount of time.
Yeah, I like that idea. Good idea. If you use 2 charges, it lasts, we'll say 16 hours then. And if you will waste 3 charges, you will have it for the whole day. Or 24 hours. 8, 16, 24.
perhaps you might wish to make use of that in advance. See if you can dominate one of these larger eels and have it at our beck and call. Just a thought.
Could be rather useful.
I'd feel a little better knowing that we had one that was definitely on our side than hoping it doesn't come out in the middle of our fight and start eating people from behind.
So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Can minor illusion create an illusion of a person that does not move?
No. It can't be a creature or a human, I don't think. Or a minor illusion.
Hold on, let me see.
Inanimate object.
I think you can make a statue, but it's still I think it's small in size.
I mean, it says it can't be no larger than a 5-foot cube.
It just can't be an animate or living object, though, for minor illusion.
Yeah. Silent image could do it.
No larger than a 5-foot cube. I thought it literally said it had to be an animate object.
It's in the first sentence of the second paragraph. Or the third, if you create an image of an object. Oh. No.
Now here's the question. Technically that could mean a statue.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely allow a statue. That's the inanimate.
And you could technically make the statue look very realistic.
Halflings are often objectified. You should be able to do one of those.
Ow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just restricted within the 5-foot cube constraint. I don't see anything that says it can't be. But I don't think it can have multiple. Like, you can't do multiple things. So you can create something visual or audible.
Yep. Nope. Perfect.
I'm gonna have to research that too. Let me write it down. I'm sorry. Minor illusion. It doesn't say it, and I would say I guess you can, but I don't know how it would work because it can't move. You know. It
Well, I
can't
don't want it to move.
Yeah,
So
if
that
you're
works.
just wanting to do a statue, then it's not. Then yes, it's.
I want to
perfectly
make it look like the person that I took down is still on the stake.
Okay.
That's actually a very good question. We might be able to do a team up on there. You could have your illusion tied up to the stake, and I could use prestidigitation to emanate the smell. What's the distance on minor illusion?
30 feet.
30 feet. Let me see how far I have to be for prestidigitation. I would have to be 10 feet.
That's a little close.
That is a little close. It's a risky thing. Wait, but it lasts up to an hour. I just need to be 10 feet to cast it. And it's not concentration.
There you go.
See it last for how long?
Up to 1 hour.
I mean, minor illusion's only a minute, but it's a cantrip, so
Same prestidigitation.
This says that this answer. I'm not saying this is definitive, but it makes a lot of sense. It says, given that silent image is a first level spell, I would think that you could do anything with the minor. I wouldn't think you could do anything with the minor illusion cantrip. That makes a lot of sense. Silent image specifically lists creature as an option of what to produce, whereas minor illusion does not. A creature is not an object. So I will say, no, you can't create a creature. Totally could create a statue. Now we are going to talk about semantics of, is a dead person an object or a creature at that point? And I am going to say it was living at some point, so it is a creature. What's that, Joseph?
I would say it's neither. It is neither an object nor a creature, because we had a problem with that where it's like players would try to either cast mending on a corpse or I forgot what else they would do, but they'll try to figure a way to mess with a dead body.
Yeah.
So just make it where it's neither.
Yeah, I'm going to say no to making creatures or dead bodies of creatures with the cantrip minor illusion. It would need something that could say creatures.
That's a fair call.
Again, totally would support statue or dummy or,
Yeah, you can make a smelly scarecrow.
Yeah, absolutely. There are options here. Just making a creature, it's a little hard. But is there any other? So is there any other thing like everyone else is doing, or in preparation, or setting up camp, or?
Just for the record, we're not going to be in the tunnel that has the torch.
Yeah, I imagine, so that tunnel's like across from the tunnel you're at. So
yeah,
in your tunnel, actually, this is perfect if you're swimming out there, Joseph. You're going to be able to look across the way and look at that torch and have eyes. Oh wait, you don't have dark vision, so you'll be able to see the tunnel that's lit by your torch. But that's going to be all you're going to be able to see from up there.
Yeah, that's fine. We have enough people with dark vision to keep an eye out. But note to self, we need to get Josel goggles of night.
I got Ichabod.
Yeah.
That is true. You have Ichabod.
And it would be fair now that you guys have rested and made it back here, that your Ichabod has made it back to camp, Josel. So if you want to dismiss and bring him back to you, that would be acceptable now too.
I'll wear Ichabod.
Okay.
You have the Ichabod hat.
Yep. Thank you for saying Ichabod, because that reminded me that he was traveling back. So you guys
That actually brings a question. When we're back on the surface, how are you going to do dark vision with an octopus?
Well, Ichabod is originally an owl.
That was fair.
Well, guys, I think we're gonna call it a night there. So you guys are setting up a shop for that for an ambush. Is there anything that anybody wants me to make a note of before we depart for the weekend? All right. I'll do my best, as I always do, to try to remember what everyone's doing. Please keep me honest next session, as you guys always do. I appreciate it. Thanks for the help when I asked for it tonight, guys. But I had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed the session.
I'll do some research on